I almost said good morning. I've done that before, haven't I? Maybe it's morning for you. So good morning if it's morning for you. It is not for me. But then I live in the northern hemisphere. I live very north because I'm in Canada. And it's just been rainy and cloudy the last couple of days. And so it's just always nighttime here. It doesn't matter what time it is. It's just always nighttime here. But let's make a zine because I haven't done it in a very long time. It's been a while. As they say, life has been lifing. And I have been very much a person without a home base for a while. I still don't know what I'm doing. Does anyone know what they're doing, to be honest? But I've got the house to myself today, so I thought, you know what, let's do it. And I finished my homework, so, or at least I did as much as I wanted to do because I have all weekend. Let's make a zine. All right, so I didn't get to do a stream for 16, so I thought that first I would show you my zine that I made, because I made it for the first time. I made it not live. I'm looking at my face in the camera when I should be looking at the camera. Like I said, new setup today, but it's 17. We are on number 17. So if you didn't know, it started last week, November 9th, and you have until December 7th to make your zine. The theme is home, because that's I'm bouncing back and forth between homes recently. So the theme is home, however you want to define that for yourself. We already have a submission. Is this the earliest we have ever had a submission? Congratulations. Let's see if we can look at that picture. I hate that you can't see, they don't have the cover image. Like, the cover image should be right here, That's where I want to see it. I think if we go here, you can see the picture up here. Very happy with this one. I found this picture of this red house with a completely cloudy sky between it. And it's just, yeah, it's kind of cool. So it's home. We have wet, dry, vac. Congratulations for getting something in early. Short comic layout poems. But what was I looking for? I was looking for me. I did make it. I thought that maybe I couldn't, I thought that maybe I wouldn't get it last week because everything has been happening so much. But, on Saturday night, I was like, you know what? I'm just going to sit down. Even if it's not for an hour, I'm just going to sit down and I'm going to make something. And that's exactly what I did. I made this very messy ASCII style maze just using punctuation. And I was like, could I make a maze out of this? And it kind of looks kind of cool. So I'm very happy with that. The theme was escape. So I thought that was pretty good. What else? Who else made something? So we got 8 entries last month. Let's go. There we go. So escaping. We got escaping sun. Escaping into the sun, I suppose, like on a vacation. Escaping from now and then. Bring back forums from Callie. It's like escaping what the internet is today. We have another little game. Ooh, there we go. That's a cool little pop-up. All the little doodles. Rat escape. Drawing skies as escapism. Yes. A facts buffet. So lots of different things about escape. Using transit to escape. Riding the ferry. I love it. I live here on the West Coast, so I love a ferry. I will ride the ferry all day. So I hope that you found a bit of an escape, go and comment on everyone's zines, please. That's what we need to do. We need to, I'm not saying you didn't. I'm just saying we need to do it because I didn't do it. I haven't done it yet. So, if you made a zine, go comment on a zine. If you read a zine, comment on that zine. Tell people you love the things that they make, because we're all out here making stuff and not enough people are saying, hey, I love that thing. And I'm just as guilty as you. Let me show you. I don't know if how much of my head was blocking that off. It's okay. We can block mine. That's okay. Let's look at everybody else's. But now we're going to do something about home. Number 17 is home. Where are we? There we go. 17. I do not have an idea yet. I don't. Let's flip us over pages. So this is what it looks like on the inside. I forgot I was going to show you. This is what mine looks like. This was very much like a proof of concept thing. Like, I didn't even know if I could do it. I didn't know if it would be possible. I mean, it's not, take a screenshot and like do this on your tablet if you got a pencil or something. Maybe drop a screenshot of your answer in the comments. That would be funny. I didn't even really know if I mean, that's not true. I should say I knew that I could do this, right? I knew that this was possible. I wasn't sure if it would be any good. I wasn't sure what it would look like. I wasn't sure. And even you can tell, like, these lines are not straight and it's bugging the crap out of me. And that's because of the spacing, right? I'll show you something very funny is when I was making these, let's get in there. When I was making these openings, I would go like this, and then I would get the little period because I have turned on the double tap the space bar to get a period. And so that's what that is. So it was definitely an experiment. It was interesting, and I was trying to make it hard, and I was like, this is just way too easy. This is not hard. It's just way too easy. But that's my zine. I made it. I did something. I'm very proud of myself for doing that because I really thought I ain't gonna make it this month. I just can't do it. I was telling myself I couldn't do it all through that last week, and then I did. I did make a thing, and that is the thesis behind Sunday Zine Club, right? Is that we sit here and we think, I should do that. I want to do that. And then we don't do it. I just saw my audio bar go complete red. Sorry about that. But you can do it, right? It's not that, I'm going to say it's not that hard because it's not that hard. This thing was not that hard. It's literally one piece of paper. It is, just a little bit of text at the bottom and then a whole bunch of lines here. And it did take me less than an hour. Definitely. Probably like a full hour. Everything included, the importing, the saving, the file naming, the cover, the uploading. The uploading is so hard. Right. And it's so funny to say that uploading is so hard, but like you get to that point and you're like, what do I say? How do I describe this? What's the copy? Right. I've been thinking a lot about this topic of like, how do we create systems to make making easier? Because I wish that making was easier for me. I wish I could just sit down and do it and give it away. I wish I could just sit down and do it and post it. That's why Tumblr is so great, because you can just post something super quick. And posting on my website is not as quick as that, so I just don't do it as often. And it's like it's not even that I don't have time. I do. At this moment, I'm unemployed, so I do have the time. I could be making more. And the same thing with right here is like, why haven't I made more videos? I want to make more videos. I have plans to make more videos. I have not done it. So I've been thinking a lot about systems. But we're not going to talk about that. But enough about that. We're going to make a zine today. Not going to be this one. So we're going to open... I don't think you can see this though, right? If I do this. No, wait, I don't. I want to, new document. You can't see this. All right. We're going to do a new document. It's going to be, oh, that's weird. It's going to be my mini zine. And then I'm going to go into OBS. And we're going to open that one so you can see it. There we go. Brand new zine. And let's make it bigger. Fill the screen. So one thing I was very happy with that last one is that I actually did branch out a little bit from this template. I have been using this template for a long time. You'll notice I changed the back page. I don't know. It just started to get too wordy for me. And I kind of like the idea that I have this space that I could put something there. I don't know what. I mean, obviously, we could put a little house there. Oh, I like that an apartment building can be a home too. That's interesting. No, I didn't want to move that. I wanted to move this. We got to flip it though. Oh, you know what we do have to do is we have to save. Sorry, I'm looking for there we go. Arrange. Then I can flip. So it's upside down. Interesting. This is going to be 25, 11, 14, home. This is the penultimate Sunday zine of 2025. It's not the last one. There will still be one more starting in December, but that one will end in January. So it will end in the next year. I actually made a little schedule of all of the Sunday zines for next year, for 2026. And we are going to get to 31 or 32, I think. 31 or 32. I can't remember off the top of my head now. But, I mean, if anyone can do math quick in their head, I guess. Next week is going to be 18 plus, I think, 13. I think because Sunday Zine is not monthly, it is every 4 weeks. So I think we get an extra one. I actually don't want this. I don't want this graphic. it was just a I could do this. Yes. So it is November. I have my laptop on top of a box right now, and it's incredibly uncomfortable. 14. Everything that I own is in boxes and bags and all over the place. I don't know where anything is. It is number 17. 17. Yeah. Okay. So that's correct. And we save. Anyone got ideas for their zines? Are you already thinking up what you're going to do about home? I'm kind of thinking about like what's different. What can I do that is different? I feel like I've done a lot of, I guess, like do it yourself zines, like a lot of fill in the blank zines. Like I give you the framework, you make the thing, rather than me making the thing, doing the writing. And I don't say that to say that it's a bad thing. I don't think it's a bad thing. It just means that my zines have not been particularly content heavy of late. So I don't really know. I don't have like a. Sometimes this happens, right? Sometimes I find that for myself, usually my thought process with the jams is that the word, the prompt will make me think of something immediately, right? Something will come to mind. But I'm always thinking that's too obvious. I shouldn't do it, right? Don't do the obvious thing. Like with escape, my first thought was, oh, it would be so cool to do like you're trying to escape the zine, right? My very first thought was, let's make an escape room on paper inside of a zine. So like, how do you get to the next page? What do you have to do? Which I still think is a great idea. I don't know if I could make it. I don't know if I have those particular skills, right? In terms of game making, that's not really where my particular, I don't know what the word is, but like I'm more of a puzzle person, but that is a puzzle, right? Escape rooms are puzzles. But I think more puzzle rather than mystery, right? Is why I could never be a very good mystery writer or crime writer, because I just don't have that thing. But I don't know. Home? What does home make me think of? Home makes me think of houses. That's kind of why I chose it, because that's where my brain has been settled a little bit lately, and worried, I should say, maybe worrying over that idea. Which is really, I always have been. Ever since I was I suppose late teenager, when it just became very clear to me how hard life was going to be. And that became clear to me definitely in high school. I was like, oh, my life is not going to go the way that I wish it could go. It's just not possible. It's just not it just ain't going to happen. And part of the reason why it's not going to happen is where I live. Because I live where I live, which is the most expensive city in my country. Why does this page look too long? Man, the other thing, I just want to remake all of my templates, and I don't know if I have it in me to do that. Because all of them, I made them just like on a whim. I made them because I needed them, right? So, where'd my internet window go? Where'd my internet window go? Okay. So I made all of these templates because I wanted to have a template, and this is them. So if you just go to my itch page, which is right up there, jessdriscoll.itch.io, you can find the templates. And all of these, they're just kind of messy. They're just a little bit messier than I wish they were. Because I made them for me, right? And then I was like, I suppose other people could use these. So then I put them out there, and people download them almost every day. Like they are being used, which I'm so happy about. Like, somebody commented on my channel today, like, I wish I could make zines, but I'm on Microsoft. And I'm like, I know I wish I could make templates for you, because I want everyone to have templates. So, and one of the things that I've been doing recently is playing a little bit with Canva, which I hate. I don't enjoy it. But I know that so many people are using it just because it's so easy and it's so accessible. And there are almost no zine templates in there. At least I have not found one that's for print. I've found lots that are for like zine aesthetics, I guess, is kind of what they look like. And I think they're for making like ebooks and downloads and stuff, which is, cool. That's also zines. But there doesn't really seem to be a whole lot of focus on print in Canva. A lot of it really is aimed towards social media graphics, which is a market, I suppose. So yeah, that's one of the things I want to do. That's one of my projects. It's remaking. I mean, I did start, but again, like I was saying before, like, was I saying this before? I was thinking it. I don't know. Did I say it? I have like these things that I want to do, but I'm not doing them. And it's like, why am I not doing them? That's what I was saying before, right? I want to make a video, but I'm not making a video. I want to make a template, but I'm not making a template. Why is that? Haven't figured it out yet. I'm 43 years old. I can't figure out why I don't do anything. If I knew how to figure that out, I would have a PhD by now. That's one of the things when I was in grade 12, grade 11, grade 12, I was so convinced I was going to get my PhD in English literature, comparative literature. I really wanted to study like Old English, the language, and I was going to be a university professor. What a funny world we live in. But anyway, go download these templates. They're totally free if you want them to be free, but you can also pay me money, which is very nice. I appreciate it from everyone. And if you download them now, then maybe eventually in the future you get an email that says, hey, there's an update. And then you can download the new versions. Let's look at pages again. Home. Do we want to do a little writing? Would that help? Let's do a little writing, huh? Let's think about the word. I think it's this one. Yeah. I gotta move. I'm blocking my face. Got a little two-face thing going on here. No, other way. Let's do, it's not morning pages. 6 p.m. where I am. I don't know what time it is where you are. Sound off in the chat. But the great thing about morning pages is that you can do it anytime. This is my current notebook, which is, it's not a notebook. It's a bunch of pieces of paper, loose leaf. I took them, you can see there. You can't see there. I took them out of a book, so you can see. It had holes in it and clipped together. I'm just using them up. I mean, I do have a notebook, but I haven't been able to stay in a notebook this year. And the last time it was this bad, maybe not the last time it was this bad, but one of the times that it was this bad was the year that I went to university and lived on campus. That was a very bad year for my brain. I did not write at all. I had one notebook and I could not fill it for an entire year. Which is very unusual for me. So, let's start with 10. Let's start with 10 because I haven't done this in a while. Maybe you haven't done it in a while either. So, we're going to do 10 minutes. And we're going to write. And the key is to keep your pencil moving. Don't stop. If you make a spelling mistake, just cross it out. But don't overthink it. Just write. That's where your ideas come from. All right, I'm going to mute. I forgot that I had muted that in 2 places. I had to turn that back on. Thank you so much. I was saying that countdowns can stress me out. I do agree. But when I'm doing free writing like this, I don't feel stressed because it's not a real deadline in that, I have to do it. I have to get it done. It's not the kind of deadline where I'm going to get in trouble if I don't do it. So I don't feel that same stress as when you're taking a test and it's like, oh my God, I'm running out of time. I'm not running out of time because it's just for fun. And, I didn't even finish my sentence. I wrote, you know what, I think, and then the chime went, and I don't need to finish that sentence. It's okay. Although I do need to finish it if I want to remember what I was doing. I had this idea. So what we're doing right here is we have a zine jam that I host. And this zine jam, the theme is home. The theme is home. So I need to think of something to make for this theme. And so I was writing to kind of generate ideas, to think about what does home mean. So the first thing that I'm thinking, and we're going to open up Wikipedia here. The first thing that I'm thinking is architecture. So I'm thinking house styles. Let's see, what maybe architectural styles. Architecture. So the first thing I'm thinking is, could be really interesting to do kind of a glossary of these are different styles and this is what they're called. Maybe you don't know what these are called, so it's good to learn, right? Look at this Bauhaus building. A lot of people would look at that and go, oh, that's brutalist, because brutalist is usually concrete and boxes and stuff like that. But it's not, it's modernist. So I find architecture fascinating. It's one of the things that I was thinking about studying. I did a lot of art history in university. I thought about being an architect. So it could be interesting, zine, to do a couple different styles and do little doodles on each page. The second thing about homes that I wrote down is animal homes. So let's go with the word burrow. A burrow. So, maybe drawing different animals in their homes. See, that prairie dog is perfect, where it's sticking its head out from its little burrow. When I'm thinking about, look at those bird ones. That is cool. When I'm thinking about zines, let me flip over here to pages. This is my template. So I usually start with this little mini zine template. I love this one for a couple reasons. Here's a couple reasons why I recommend the mini zine if you want to make a zine for the first time. Because, number one, it's one piece of paper. And it doesn't even matter what size paper, right? This is 8.5 by 11, which is like an A4 piece of paper. But you can do this exact same fold with any size of paper. It just changes the final size, right? Because all you're doing is just folding it into 8. So it's one piece of paper. It's only one cut with a pair of scissors. So it's very accessible. You don't need staples. You don't need to sew it or anything like that. There's no binding. There's no glue. There's no tape. You can make this with a piece of paper, a pencil, and something to cut with, like scissors. I also like it because it's very small. It's very easy to fill these pages. And number three, I suppose, is you can just make a list and then make a zine. So when I start thinking about ideas, I'm thinking about lists. I'm thinking about, okay, well, I could put 8 buildings in this zine. I could put 8 animals in their houses into this zine. I could put like just 8 birds and their different dens, their different nests, sorry, is the word I was thinking of. So lists are very good beginner ideas for zines because you can just do 1 per page. And they're small enough pages that it doesn't feel like that's not enough information, right? Very easy to fill up the page. And you can do even less because you could do the cover separate and the back cover separate. The other thing that I wrote down here is the word home is also a verb. To home in on something. It's like you're tracking it, right? You're looking for it. You're finding it. So I don't know where I'm going with that, but that's what came out of my pen when I started writing. Home style. Home style is like comfort food to me because I'm, white Canadian. My family's from England. Home style to me is like hearty food, meat and potatoes, right? Something really warm, like a stew. Mashed potatoes, love mashed potatoes, and gravy, right? Carbs. So home style food could be a theme. I don't know, would it be too much of a stretch if I called my zine home style and then I did like 6 different potato recipes? Would that be too much of a stretch from the theme? Sometimes people come to me because it's my jam, right? I'm hosting the jam. So they think that I'm some kind of authority on these things, right? And I suppose I do have to be the one to make a decision. But people will come to me like, is it okay to do this for the theme? And I'm like, if you think so, if you think that it goes with the theme, then I will hear it out, right? I will go with it, right? Home style potatoes is what I'm talking about, like home fries, right? Love home fries. Sometimes let's go back to itch, just because this is where our conversation is. Sometimes I look at the submissions and I'm not calling anyone out. I'm not talking specifically about anyone, but over the time, we've been doing this 17 times, sometimes I look at the submissions and I'm like, I don't get it. I don't see where the theme is. But if you think that that's the theme, if you think that it fits, then more power to you. Let go and let God, right? Oh man, now I'm thinking about this potato idea, but I just did eggs. Right? We just did egg recipes when the theme was a dozen. So can I also do potatoes? Or is that just too much? I mean, you should know that I used to have a business selling sourdough starter and bread that is called all day breakfast. So, this is on brand for me. This is who I am as a person. We did milk and coffee earlier this year when the theme was mocha. I have a game that's called Canteen that's all about the kitchen. Here's my sourdough zine. So when I was selling sourdough starter, this is the little booklet that you got to go with it. And I want to bring this back. I'm trying to think about how to bring this back. It's one of my New Year's resolutions is figure it out. So, right? People think of the prompts in different ways. It makes your brain go in different places, and your life experience might make one theme think something completely different to me, right? That sentence made no sense. Your life experience might make you think of a theme in a totally different way than me, is what I was trying to say there. Is that oh, there's my cursor. So, home fries. Home style potatoes. Was there a movie called Home Fries? I'm just all over the place tonight. Sorry. I mean, it's a night stream. It's not. It's not night. It's evening. It's only 6:30. Yes, Misty. That's exactly what it was. It was a little zine plus the actual starter. So I sold the starter to go with the zine. Because I had just learned that you can dry sourdough starter and make it into a powder. And in the old days, like the gold rush days when sourdough starter was first really popularized, that's how they sent it around the world. That's how they transported it, right? So, yeah. I would love to bring it back. I just got to figure out how. How to bring it back. How to do it again. It was very funny that I was doing that in 2020 when everyone else was just learning how to make sourdough starter for the very first time. It was the first time that I ever felt ahead of the curve on something. It was the first time that I ever felt like, I was going to say cool, but definitely not cool. But it was like I predicted that market trend and I had no idea. You know what? We're doing it. Let's do it. Let's do home fries. Now I gotta find the right window. Too many windows. Home fries. Home style. I feel like home fries is a very funny. It's a very funny title, so I think I'm gonna go with it. We are definitely going to change this font, though. Gotta do something new. Gotta do something different. Don't just use the same fonts all the time. Although I do love, I kind of feel like maybe we should do something dinery, right? And again, let's go back over here because another zine that I just made was this one about tomatoes, and this one was a placemat from a fictional restaurant. So this is very on brand for me, this idea. Very much so. So I do love this font. It's called Lobster. And it just has that, home style diner look to it. So I don't know. And maybe, I feel like maybe doing some lines, not a full border, but just lines going across would look good here. How we do that? We do that up here. Shape. And line. Kind of like, I hate when you grab the wrong thing. Especially when the thing you want to grab is so tiny. So, because what I'm thinking is the plates that you see in a diner, and it's white ceramic or cream ceramic, but it has that one line of navy blue or red or something. All right, I want this line to be just a little bit thicker. So maybe we go 5. That looks good. Now we're going to duplicate it. We're going to copy. We're going to paste. I'm thinking like a double line like that. Is that even? I think so. You'll tell me if this just looks like sweat socks though, right? This is what I'm thinking. Like that to frame it. I don't know. I think I have to flip this around because it's a little bit hard to see it in my head this way. I was just thinking, if I do that, if I open it up in something else, then I would have to make another scene in OBS so that you could see it. Oh, I'm not even... I apologize. You just missed all of that good work. You didn't see my lines. Yes, all you're seeing is the fork and the pasta. Yeah, you were missing the good stuff. That's maybe a sign that I should get off live. I might just be a little bit punchy tonight. But hey, we got a good idea. We figured out what home means to me. It means potatoes, fried potatoes. We got a title. We got an idea. I might... What do we think? We want to do home fries first. And maybe I'll do recipes. With the egg zine, I didn't actually do recipes. I just did doodles. I just did drawings. We're gonna do home fries. We're gonna do mashed potatoes. What's your favorite? Chat. Throw your favorite potato in the chat, and then maybe we'll have some space for it. We're gonna do scalloped. We're going to do baked. I was actually... Okay. Here's something really funny. I was actually just telling a friend of mine who's from the United States. I was just telling her about PEI potatoes. And she was like, I didn't know that PEI had like special potatoes. And I was like, oh boy, let me tell you all about PEI potatoes. When I visited PEI, I went to a restaurant and it was just, like a regular sit down restaurant, like the step above, what we call fast casual, the step above fast food. And it was a hamburger, but your choice of side, you could get fries, you could get salad, or you could get 2 baked potatoes. 2. Which I thought was wild. Of course I bought it. Of course that was my choice. I mean, who doesn't want 2 baked potatoes in a hamburger? Like, that's the dream, baby. Ooh, curly fries. Curly fries. Do you make curly fries at home? That's the question, Misty, because I do not. I don't have that kind of technology. But actually, that does make me think... curly fries, and maybe we'll do on the same page the tornado potato. So I don't know how far the tornado potato has spread, but where I live, let's go to the internet so you can see a tornado potato. Where I live, we have like Asian night markets. So that kind of tornado potato. This is where I discovered it, at the Richmond night market. And Oh my God, all those. Okay, there we go. That's the picture. So it's like a giant curly fry. It's like one potato that's been cut into a giant curly fry. And then most of them will coat it with like a flour and water batter so that it just gets, it's a really, really thin batter. It's not like fish and chips. It's a really thin batter. And then it's deep fried and all kinds of flavor on top of it. But this is like it's like a carnival food, street food kind of thing. So, and it's amazing. Like it's the perfect, because it's so thin, right? When they cut it, it's just like the perfect potato. It's crispy on the outside. The skin is on as well too, and it's the perfect bite. It's so good. So if you can ever find like a night market, or like you ever go to, a place like, Hong Kong or Taiwan, I know they always have night markets there, as that's a really big population that lives here as well too. So I know that's where night markets are very popular. And I don't know, are these spreading to like the U.S. state fairs? Because I feel like they should. I feel like if you haven't seen these at state fairs, you will. Because I feel like you should. So if you love curly fries, you'll love these. So we got curly fries and the tornado potato. And then, we need one more. Oh, maybe we do potato chips? But I don't really do those at home. That's the thing. I'm kind of thinking about it like it's a recipe. So also home style, right? I don't make potato chips at home. I don't know about you. One more. Maybe we think on it. Because, I kind of want to go tater tots, but I feel like that goes into this category. Oh, you know what? Maybe a potato salad. There we go. That's it. I love potato salad. One of my all-time. I mean, I love potatoes. I would... It's a really tough decision for me between potatoes and bread, but I feel like maybe potatoes gets it. And I feel bad saying that, just telling you that, I was selling sourdough because like bread is so important to me. All right. We made a big part of a zine. That was some good work we got done today. Yeah, I like it. I was just looking at my stripes. I was just looking at those stripes. What if the stripes went across? Right? What if they went across the whole back page? I kind of feel like that would look cool. We just have to move this around a little bit. All right. Let's save and we'll do some more. We'll do some more work. Oh, potato skins. Yes. Potato skins is a great home recipe as well too. All right. That's it for tonight. Thank you so much for hanging out for this impromptu stream. I didn't know that I was going to do this until I was like, let's do it. And I think I will definitely come back on Sunday, though. Do our regular Sunday stream. Go. If you don't know, let's go look at the potatoes again. So if you want to join the Sunday Zine Jam, all you got to do, go to itch.io. You make an account and you can sign up. And I also have on my channel, I have a video that kind of like walks you through the process. It's called, I think, Let's Jam or something like that. I'll remind me. I'll link that one in the comments. So if you want to join the jam, come and make a zine with us. Sign up. I will be back on Sunday and we're going to finish this potato zine. So